windswept formations of Late Cretaceous Mongolia, paleontologists uncovered a small but remarkable member of the pachycephalosaur family, Homalocephale. Living nearly 70 million years ago within the Nemec Formation, this dinosaur represents one of the smallest pachycephalosaurs known to science. Belonging to the group famous for their thick bony skulls, Homalocephale stood apart from its relatives. Instead of a rounded dome, it carried a broad, flattened skull reinforced with dense bone and lined with small spikes. At just 5 to 10 feet in length, its compact frame was built for agility rather than power, yet its headgear suggests a role in communication, display, or perhaps ritualized combat. For our Jurassic World parks, the appeal of Homalocephale lies beyond its scientific importance. Small, approachable, and non-threatening, it offers families a safe encounter with a genuine dinosaur, while its instinctive skull makes it instantly recognizable and educational. Low maintenance requirements and herd-based social behaviors allow for dynamic group exhibits, and its endearing appearance provides merchandising opportunities perfectly suited for younger visitors. In short, Homalocephale enhances a park's mission to balance awe-inspiring giants with family-friendly favorites. Fossil evidence reveals that Homalocephale fed on tough vegetation such as ferns and gymnosperms, thriving in the floodplains of Asia's Late Cretaceous ecosystems. First described in 1974, this dinosaur has continued to intrigue researchers, not only for its unusual anatomy, but also for the ongoing debate surrounding its classification and evolutionary ties within the Pachycephalosaur family. Join us as we journey back to the Cretaceous and uncover the secrets of this remarkable little herbivore. From its flattened skull and mysterious behavior, to its place within the Jurassic Park legacy and the exhibit crafted for our guests, we'll reveal why Homalocephale continues to capture the imagination of scientists and visitors alike. Homalocephale was a small bipedal dinosaur of the Late Cretaceous, measuring around 6 feet in length. It stood on strong hind legs tipped with 3-toed feet, while its short arms were likely to pull vegetation within reach. Its wide body, reinforced pelvis, and stiffened tail helped it balance and maneuver quickly, adaptations that made it agile enough to evade predators in the floodplains of Mongolia. The defining feature of Homalocephale was its skull. Unlike the rounded domes of pachycephalosaurs, its head was flat and wedge-shaped, lined with small bony knobs. This anatomy has fueled long-standing debates among paleontologists. Some suggest it was used in flank butting contests, with the broad pelvis protecting vital organs during impact. Others see it as a structure for display and recognition within the herd. While direct headbutting has been questioned, some evidence suggests it may have still been possible. The genus name, meaning even head in Greek, reflects its unique anatomy. First described in 1974 from partial remains in the Nemec Formation, Homalocephale caletocercos has at times been considered a juvenile form of the related Prinocephale. However, differences in skull shape supports its standing as a distinct species. Its teeth show signs of heavy wear, indicating a diet of tough vegetation such as conifers, cycads, and ferns. Long legs and keen eyesight would have helped it spot threats early, relying on speed rather than strength to survive. Though its behavior remains uncertain, Homalocephale's combination of agility, display features, and defensive adaptations makes it one of the most distinctive members of the Pachycephalosaur family. To better understand how this unusual dinosaur entered the scientific record, we look back to its discovery in 1974 and the role it has played in paleontology ever since. Homalocephale was first described in 1974 during a Polish-Mongolian expedition led by paleontologists Oskar Smolska and Teresa Marianska, who specialized in the unique dinosaur fauna of Mongolia. Alongside their descriptions of Prinocephale and Tylocephale, they named Homalocephale caletocercos based on an incomplete skull, vertebrae, and limb material recovered from the Nemec Formation. The hull-type specimen revealed several key features: a wedge-shaped skull roofed with visible sutures, rough nodules along its squamosal bones, a broad pelvis, and large rounded eye sockets. At nearly 6 feet in length and under 100 pounds, Homalocephale was interpreted as a lightly built, fast-running herbivore with excellent eyesight. Early interpretations of its unusually wide hips even suggested the possibility of live birth, though this theory has since been rejected in favor of protective function during head or flank butting contests. From its discovery, Homalocephale became central to a major debate in pachycephalosaur research. In the late 2000s, paleontologists Jack Horner and Mark Goodwin, and later Nick Longrich and colleagues, proposed that flat-headed genera such as Homalocephale, Dracorex, and Stygimoloch represented juvenile stages of dome-headed adults like Prenocephale or Pachycephalosaurs. If correct, Homalocephale would not be a valid genus at all, but a younger growth stage. Later research, however, helped reaffirm its distinct status. In 2011, David Evans and colleagues analyzed cranial ornamentation and vertebral sutures in the holotype, concluding that despite it being a subadult, Homalocephale possessed unique skull features not found in Prenocephale. In 2017, new juvenile Prenocephale skulls were described, showing early signs of cranial doming even at young ages. And in 2018, Evans and his team reported that Prenocephale followed a linear growth pattern towards a rounded dome, further distinguishing it from the consistently flat skull of Homalocephale. Other studies have revealed further details of its anatomy. In 2012, Caleb Marshall Brown and Anthony Russell examined the holotype's caudal tendons, documenting 6 parallel rows of ossified tendons running along the tail. These likely stiffened the tails into a rigid structure, improving balance and agility as the animal maneuvered at speed. Through these discoveries and debates, Homalocephale has remained a key point of reference in pachycephalosaur research, both as a contested genus and as a unique window into the evolution of Asia's dome-headed dinosaurs. To place it in context, we now turn to the environment it once inhabited. Today, Mongolia is dominated by dry deserts, but during the Late Cretaceous, between 83 and 66 million years ago, this land supported a rich and varied ecosystem. High-altitude forests and wooded floodplains stretch across the Nemec Basin, where streams, ferns, and conifers provided cover for smaller dinosaurs. It was here that Homalocephale roamed, browsing on low-lying plants and vanishing into the undergrowth to avoid the predators that shared its world. Homalocephale was not alone among the pachycephalosaurs. It lived alongside smaller Goriocephale and the larger dome-headed Prenocephale, together representing a spectrum of diversity within the same family. Armored dinosaurs also thrived in the Nemec. Ankylosaurs such as Talarurus, Cycania, and multiple species of Tarchia moved slowly but carried heavy armor and clubbed tails, making them formidable neighbors. Among the largest herbivores were the Therizinosaurs. Segnosaurs, and especially the giant Therizinosaurs, used their enormous claws not as weapons, but to strip vegetation, feeding from shrubs and trees that smaller herbivores could not reach. Hadrosaurs formed the backbone of the herbivore population. Ceralophus is known from mass bone beds suggesting it lived in large herds, while the rare Barsboldia added to the diversity of duck-billed dinosaurs in the region. Long-necked theropods also left their mark. Nemectosaurs, known from skulls, and the nearly complete Opisthosolicodia represented some of the last titanosaurs, towering over the floodplains as they fed on treetop vegetation. Predators were equally diverse. Atosaurs and quite possibly Velociraptor were agile dromaeosaurs, likely hunting smaller prey in packs. Tiny specialized theropods like Mononychus and Nemectonychus used the reduced forelimbs for unique ecological roles. The giant Therizinosaurs, though herbivorous, were joined by other unusual theropods, the intelligent rhodonids like Xenobazar and Baragobia, each small but quick, with keen senses that gave them an advantage in a competitive environment. The ostrich mimics were among the fastest runners. Gallimimus, Ansermimus, and the massive humpback Dinochirus filled niches from swift omnivores to bizarre giant browsers with duck-like snouts. Oviraptorosaurs added even more variety. Conchoraptor, Elmosaurus, Goviraptor, and Abimimus were bird-like forms, some small and nimble, others larger, each with different diets ranging from plants to shellfish. At the very top of the food chain rolled Tarbosaurus, Asia's counterpart to Tyrannosaurus rex. Nearly 40 feet in length, it was the apex predator of the Nemec, while smaller relatives like Alioramus and Bagratid filled secondary roles. But it's important to remember that when we talk about animals from the same formation, they didn't necessarily coexist. Rock formations like the Nemec Formation span millions of years, and many species preserved within them may have lived centuries or even millennia apart. What we find is not a snapshot of a single moment, but rather a later record of a dynamic and ever-changing ecosystem. Still, taken together, these species paint a vivid picture of the world that Homalocephale may have known, a lush, volatile, and highly competitive landscape. In this dynamic ecosystem, Homalocephale was but one thread in a tapestry of extraordinary life, a small herbivore navigating a world of armored giants, swift hunters, and towering predators. But beyond its ancient ecosystem, Homalocephale has also found a place within the world of Jurassic Park, where it continues to inspire imagination far beyond the Nemegt Basin. Though never seen in the films themselves, Homalocephale has carved out a quiet presence within the extended Jurassic Park franchise. According to the Jurassic Park Institute, it is depicted as a pachycephalosaurid dinosaur of the Late Cretaceous, with both Isla Nublar and Isla Sorna listed as part of its range. In other words, within the park's official lore, this small herbivore was once part of InGen's recreated menagerie. Homalocephale has also been a frequent addition to the franchise's video game adaptation. In Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, it appeared as a 3-star small herbivore with a striking red head, dark upper body, and pale underbelly. Within the game, it often formed large herds, spending time in open areas, but showing a curious friendliness towards other herbivores, including the much larger theropods. In Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder, Homalocephale could be recreated from paleo DNA, while in Jurassic Park Explorer, it appeared in a DVD-based minigame where players could collect the species as part of their park roster. The dinosaur made its way into the mobile titles as well. In Jurassic World Alive, it is featured as an Omega Resilient dinosaur introduced in Update 3.2, and it has also been announced as a tournament creature for Jurassic World the game. Perhaps its more notable appearances come from the Jurassic World Evolution series. In the first game, Homalocephale was included in the Herbivore Dinosaur Pack and can be unlocked through the Security Division on Isla Tacaño, with its fossils excavated from the Nemegt Formation. In Jurassic World Evolution 2, the species return as part of the base game roster, keeping its distinctive flat skull and herd-based behavior. Homalocephale has even crossed into Jurassic World Primal Ops, where it was portrayed as a rare pachycephalosaur that could be rescued and tamed. Across these appearances, the species has consistently been characterized as a small but social dinosaur, one more likely to thrive in groups than to rely on individual defenses. From paleontology to pop culture, Homalocephale has earned its place within Jurassic Park legacy. But to bring it into the modern world of our park, careful thought must go into designing an exhibit that showcases its unique traits while ensuring both animal welfare and guest experience. The Homalocephale exhibit is officially titled the Even-Headed Plains, a name inspired by both the meaning of the dinosaur's name and the broad open landscapes it once inhabited. Like modern gazelle habitats, this enclosure emphasizes herd behavior, agility, and visibility. At its heart lies a central grassland plain, a wide open expanse where the herd can run together at speed, displaying the agility that would have defined them in the wild. Around this plain, the terrain shifts into specialized zones. A northern grove filled with cycads, calamites, and temskia for browsing, and a southern ridge lined with leafy climbers and raised ground, creating natural vantage points and shade. Guest experiences are designed for close encounters. Along the middle of the exhibit sits a dome viewing gallery, partially recessed into the ground to place visitors at eye level with the animals. A more traditional viewing gallery along the boundary provides sweeping views across the entire plain, ideal for watching the herd move in formation. For an even more immersive encounter, the Jurassic Tour winds through the enclosure itself. Vehicles enter from the exhibit, cross the grassland, weave through the grove, and then return to base. This safari-like route gives guests a chance to watch the herds grazing, sprinting, and interacting only meters away. Behind the scenes, the habitat also contains a separation zone, discreetly placed near the back edge of the enclosure. This area allows staff to safely guide individuals away from the herd for medical checks, transport, or rotation. The design ensures minimal disruption to the group, maintaining natural herd dynamics while supporting animal welfare. Within the exhibit, care for the animals is a priority. A shallow watering basin sits near the grove, while shaded rock rest shelters are built into the ridge, allowing individuals to retreat when needed. Feeding stations are concealed among cycads and leafy climbers, encouraging natural foraging, while fibrous ground cover across the plain reflects their primary diet. From above, the even-headed plains take shape as a carefully planned valley, an open grassland core flanked by shaded groves, ridges, guest pathways, and support structures. Every element from the dome gallery to the Jurassic tour route and the separation zone behind the scenes is designed to immerse visitors while showcasing Homalocephale in a dynamic, naturalistic setting. Whether you're a lifelong dinosaur enthusiast or just beginning your journey into the prehistoric past, there's nothing quite like seeing Homalocephale up close. We invite you to experience the even-headed plains at one of our world-class Jurassic World destinations, from the original park on Isla Nublar to our newest expansion in the Olympic Peninsula at Jurassic World Cascadia. Discover its ancient world in the Dolomite Mountain Range at the Jurassic World Sanctuary, or enjoy immersive encounters in San Diego, Manchester, or Crete. Wherever you choose to visit, the Cretaceous comes alive.